pasó, Pack Nation? It is Pack here, talking about underpaid players. For example, all of YouTube, because, you know, we're getting paid like half right now. I don't know if I'm about to say that, but I said it anyway. We're good. No, but underpaid players in the NBA, there's a lot of players that have contracts and they're getting paid way less than other people that are doing as good as them, and they're getting paid way more than them. That's a problem. They're getting underpaid. Now, I'm not talking about anybody that's on their rookie deal, because obviously they're underpaid. The rookies, like, or in the rookie deal, for example, like Ben Simmons is getting paid way less than like what people who are like as good as him are getting paid, for example. Whenever they get their first contract, they'll be fine. Okay, before this video starts, be an OG, join the Pack Nation, and subscribe. Let's get this video started. At number 15 with Walmart Curry. Actually, it's not fair to him anymore. He should not be called Walmart Curry anymore. He's an 80 overall. He's been playing fantastic with the Mavericks, averaging 13 a game. But the field goal percentage on 3, 45% field goal percentage on 3 on 50% field goal percentage is like actually ridiculous. We can't call him Walmart Curry anymore. He needs to be called Whole Foods Curry at least. But he is being disrespected, only making $7.5 million a year, while most people as an 80 overall average about $12 million a year, so he's getting paid 1.6 times less than what he should be. The next player at number 14 is Fred VanVleet. Now, Fred VanVleet is an 82 overall. I know this is 83 overall. And Fred VanVleet was one of the most important pieces to that championship team just a year ago, and this year he's been nuclear, averaging almost 18 a game. 6.6 rebounds on 41% field goal percentage on a ridiculous 39% field goal percentage. That's a lot of shooting, and that's a lot of making it. He's been increasing and one of the most improved players this year. He's only making $9.35 million, while most people at his overall are making about $15 million a year. Fred VanVleet is also making about 1.6 times less than what he should be, and especially because he's one of the best team players out there. Whenever one of his teammates hold his baby, they get better. So conspiracy confirmed. At number 13, it is the best player on the Nets, Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, Spencer Dinwiddie is an 83 overall slashing playmaker according to 2K. Now, he is clutch, and he's one of my favorite players out there right now, because I predicted him, because I would make D-League or G-League videos, D-League at the time, and I was like, dude, this 69 overall Spencer Dinwiddie, a baller. And he started growing like crazy, and now he's really, really good. He only makes $10.6 million a year as an 83 overall. Most people who are 83 overalls make about $17 million a year. That is about 1.6 times less than what he should be making, and that needs to change. At number 12, it is Davis Bertans, who used to be on the Spurs, and we traded him for no reason, but that's not my problem. The problem is that he is an 80 overall, one of the better scorers on this team, 15.4 points per game on the Wizards on 5 rebounds, and a nuclear 3-point shooter on 42% 3-point field goal percentage. He is fantastic on the team. The problem is he's only making $7 million a year as an 80 overall. That cannot be happening with this dude. When most guys who are 80 overalls are making about $12 million a year, he is getting about 1.7 times less than what he should be. At number 11 on the list, it is Lou Will. Now, Lou Williams is an 82 overall and will probably be the 6th man of the year for the rest of his life until he retires. Honestly, like, he's really good. 82 overall, one of the best players on this Clippers team, the most consistent player, I'd argue even the leader of the team at the moment. He has been here for a while. Dude's making $8 million a year, and obviously $8 million isn't like a little bit of money, but compared to 82 overalls in the league, he could be making $15 million a year. He's making 1.9 times less than what he should be, and as one of the better players on one of the best teams in the NBA, that's disrespectful. At number 10 on the list, it is Aron Baynes, now in 79 overall on the Phoenix Suns. Aron Baynes makes $5.5 million a year, and to be fair, no one expected him to be this good this season, averaging 11.5 points per game, almost 6 rebounds, and 48% field goal percentage. And he was even scoring even more, but they started to play him less minutes, and he got hurt. But dude was averaging 35% field goal percentage on 3, and if you look at his per 36, you'd understand how good he was doing this year, almost averaging 19 a game if he was playing the full 36 minutes. Guy has been ridiculous this year, deserves a little bit of an upgrade money-wise. Most guys, 79 overall, make $11 million a year. He makes 5.5, so he's making about 2 times less than what he should be. At number 9 on the list, it is Clint Capela, the fella. Now, Clint Capela is an 86 overall on the Atlanta Hawks, and he has not really been given the opportunity to show how good he can be with the Atlanta Hawks because, you know, the season's not going on anymore. But 86 overall. We saw how good he was in Houston. Ridiculously good player, good defender, good rebounder, good lob threat, and could score in the post when he really needed to. The guy can do everything. The guy can do everything you'd expect a center to do maybe a couple years ago. That's why some people are kind of hesitant on giving him, because he doesn't shoot threes anymore, so he's not really a threat like that, and the game has changed, so it's kind of hard to give him that kind of money. But as an 86 overall, most 86 overall players make about 30 million a year. He's making 15, only making 2 times less than what he should be. At number 8 on the list, it is D Rose. Now D Rose is an 84 overall, the best player on the Pistons at the moment because they traded Andre Drummond, and Derrick Rose has been scoring a lot. He's kind of had a comeback couple years, 18 points a game, almost 6 assists a game on 49% field goal percentage, and is a solid 3-point shooter. I mean, he's good enough. The dude can do everything nowadays. I feel like he really has come back, and he's only getting paid $7 million a year when guys who are 84 overalls usually get paid $20 million a year. That's about 2.7 times less than what he should be making. At number 7 on the list, it is Rashad Holmes. Now, Rashad Holmes is an 81 overall. He is currently on the Sacramento Kings, one of the more improved players of the year, at least at the start of the season. He averaged 8 points a game last year, now averaging almost 13 a game with 8 rebounds and 1.4 blocks on a fantastic field goal percentage. He has really stepped up this year. A good defender, good rebounder, and good scorer. Everything you could ask for from a center. He doesn't shoot, but still does what he needs to do down low. Because of that, even though he only gets paid $4.8 million a year, guys who are 81 overalls in this game usually average about $14 million a year. That means he's only getting 2.9 times less than what he should be. At number 6, it is JaVale McGee. Now, JaVale McGee, 80 overall, the 4th best player on the Lakers, who are probably the favorites to win the championship this season, or were, rest in peace. JaVale McGee only gets paid $4 million as a fantastic rebounder and a fantastic lob threat and a fantastic defender. You'd think he'd be getting paid a little more, especially on the Lakers. The Lakers, people who are 80 overalls, average about $12 million every single year. He's only getting paid $4 million. That means he's making 3 times less than what he should be. At number 3 on the list, we're back with the Clippers, and it is Montrezl Harrell. Now, Montrez is the 3rd best player on a title contender right now. 85 overall, the most consistent player with Lou Williams because he wasn't really missing games like these two. And he gets a lot of buckets, 18.6 points per game, 7 rebounds. Think about it this way. They added Kawhi and Paul George, and somehow Montrezl Harrell's numbers went up anyways. His field goal percentage is a little down, but it doesn't matter. He's still playing fantastic. Guys who are 85 overalls usually make about $25 million a year. He makes $6 million a year. The disrespect. He's making 4.2 times less than what he should be. At number 4 on the list, it is someone you probably weren't expecting to talk about, Willie CauleyStein. A lot of guys think that Willie CauleyStein is either overrated or kind of washed or trash and not really doing as good as he was kind of projected to be. He only averages 7.2 a game, 6 rebounds. The field goal percentage is solid, but he's just okay, to be completely honest with you. But he's a 79 overall in NBA 2K20, only making $2 million a year. Most guys who are 79 overall make 11 million. That means he's making about 5 times less than what he should be making. That's a really disrespectful thing. Next up at number 3, we have Derrick Jones Jr. This dude is always on airplane mode. This guy is insane. 78 overall, can dunk on literally anybody. His athleticism takes him anywhere and can finish around the rim pretty well. His 3-point shooting isn't amazing, but that's not what he does. 4 rebounds a game, 9 points a game, and a good enough defender. His athleticism helps him out defensively, and he's long. Dude is only making 1.7 million, while most people his overall make 10 million. Dude is making 5.9 times less than he should be. That is disgraceful. But I think he'll get his money soon because next year he's a free agent. At number 2, it is Nerlens Noel. Another guy that you kind of probably didn't expect to talk about today. Here's the thing about Nerlens Noel. He is kind of under the radar because he was expected to be a really good player. He was a lottery pick, a high lottery pick with the Sixers. He had promising moments, and then all of a sudden he just dropped off, and he was moving team to team. Nice with the Thunder, and the Thunder are winning, and he has been a part of that. Averaging almost 8 a game, 5 rebounds, 1.5 blocks on fantastic field goal percentage. There's a reason he's on this list. Dude's a 78 overall, only making $1.6 million a year. Most people in his rating get 10 million a year, making 6.25 times less than what he should be. And again, on a 1-year contract, he's going to get his money. And finally, at number 1, it is Alec Burks. Now, Alec is also 78 overall, also only making $1.62 million a year, who's also not getting enough money because most people make $10 million a year. he's only getting 6.25 times less than what he should be. This one's a weird one though, because when he was with the Warriors, he was averaging like 17 a game, and that's because obviously they were missing a lot of players, they were bad. But he was still getting his buckets and may not have been the most efficient, but his 2-point field goal percentage wasn't bad at all. So I don't know, man. I think that he deserves the money. He can show that he can ball. And with Philadelphia, he's doing okay. He's working on it, but he just jumped into this team, so he's working on it. Overall, I think he'll get his money soon too, because he's on his 1-year deal. Maybe not though, because the Sixers might just be like, we're not going to pay you that much. And then he's just like, whatever, I still want to play with y'all. So we'll see what happens. But these are all the dudes who have the most disrespectful contracts in NBA 2K20. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like my channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.